Hello dear students, in this video I am going to teach you the poem To a Shade composed by W.B. Yeats, and this poem is prescribed in your syllabus in paper 2nd section A. In our previous video we have learnt about W.B. Yeats and his important works, and we studied a poem named When You Are Old. Yeats is the greatest poet in the history of Ireland and probably the greatest poet to write in English during the 20th century. His themes, images, symbols, metaphors, and poetic sensibilities encompass the breadth of his personal experience as well as his nation's experience during one of its most troubled times. Now we talk about this poem To a Shade. This poem is basically addressed to Charles Stuart Parnell. Now we will first discuss who was Charles Stuart Parnell. He was born in 1846 and died in 1891. He was an ardent Irish nationalist who exercised a commanding influence over the party to which he belonged. He entered Parliament in 1875 as a Home Ruler. His aim was explicitly the establishment of an independent Parliament in Dublin. He suffered much loss of reputation as a result of an affair with Mrs. O'Shea. The British Prime Minister Gladstone demanded Parnell's retirement from his lead. The Irish party was divided, and the great majority insisting upon his withdrawal. So basically, this poem is a political poem. So when we study this poem, we have to take notice under what circumstances this poem was composed. So Parnell fought fiercely for his position but died suddenly before the fight. Had he lived, the proposal to grant Home Rule to Ireland would probably have been carried by the British Parliament in 1892. He was at once a driving and a restraining force, and without him, Irish nationalism became almost leaderless. So, before starting to explain the poem, I would like that you should know about the summary of this poem. To a Shade by William Butler Yeats is a political poem that speaks on the treatment of Charles Parnell. As I have told you, who was Charles Parnell? So, Charles Parnell, the leader of the Irish Parliamentary Party. The poem begins with the speaker addressing the ghost of Charles Parnell. He returned to the earth, and the speaker is not sure why. It might be to see his monument or to simply breathe in the air of the sea. Either way, Yeats is worried that he will again be subject to the abuse he suffered before his death. He became very unpopular with the public and they are still angry. In the next set of lines, the speaker goes on to address the way the public treated Hugh Lane, and another important personality of Ireland, who was an art dealer. This man sought to bring some of his paintings to Dublin but was rejected. Yeats sees this action and those taken against Parnell as being similarly self destructive. The poem concludes with the speaker returning to Parnell and informing him that he might be better off returning to his grave than wandering the earth any longer. So, this poem is a superbly wrought poem, and this poem blends formality with colloquialism, rhetoric with remark. Its imagery is economical yet evocative. The beauty of Dublin stands as a constant image against with the against which the ugliness of the peoples can be measured. The sorrow is ultimately the poet's as well as that of Lane and Parnell, but the real disgrace is Dublin, and ultimately it is the pack which suffers the loss in its children's children of loftier thought and sweeter emotion. So this poem very well explain the experience of W.B. Yeats, and in our forthcoming videos I will teach you the poem text and explain the poem. So thank you all.